too bad it doesn't work that way. Alright. Thanks again, everybody. I sure do appreciate it. We heard the Salvation Army band and followed them across the land. We cried for crowded streets full of garbage men who seemed to save us with their galleon trucks that shine just like the first time we fell in love, but it'd never feel the way it was when we was kids again. So this angry war that lights the moon and strikes your heart with a silver spoon, an extermination plan from June, is the music of your favorite tune. This country is dead. Maria, come on, let's go dancing tonight. If you want to feel the Holy Ghost, then join the band and burn your clothes, cause the last great hope of rock and roll ain't some Barbie doll on a stripper pole. And I know every word to your first CD. And I would marry you tonight on them streets of Galilee. So desperately you kiss my face like you're from another time and place, a memory I cannot seem to trace at all. The triumph that you pull back into town like the circus, and what a juggling clown, a fighter for a critically acclaimed artist who can't even draw. So light one up for me and say I saved you from another day of petty lies and gutless folks who steal from you to give you hope. I get the feeling nowadays there ain't nothing left to say. So let's load the cannons to fire so far we hit outer space from inside my car, cause we all used to dream so hard, but nowadays we're all too sick and tired. I've cried so much, my dear, the tears are like a sea. But there's a ship we can ride across on them streets of Galilee. But no one's wrong, 'cause we all wait here for the atom bomb. And I never had to wait so long to get blowed up. But maybe when we finally go, MTV will show a fucking music video. Apologize for all their TV shows in which they try a little harder to find something cool, like maybe some Ray Wiley Hubbard, some Billy Joe Shaver, something like that. I'm just saying it could be cool. I guess I don't really watch TV, but I know I would if I could see a beat poet laughing at misery, just like it's 1963. And baby, you gotta know, I loved you even way back then. So won't you take my hand and have a beer? Old Milwaukee's having one hell of a year, and I promise to hold you up, my love, so you can see the singer take his drugs. I have not felt so good since 1993. 1993, I was standing around in the parking lot waiting for my mom to come pick me up from school. Got in the car and threw my lunchbox down on the floor. I said, "Mom, I gotta tell you, man, school sucks." She said, "I hear you. Let me play you some music on the way home that might change your mind about it a little bit, make you feel a little better." I said, "Okay." She put this tape in our car called The Beatles, man. Played me this song called "It's Getting Better All the Time," about the teachers at my school that taught me that weren't cool. And I sat there listening to that Beatles music. All I could think to myself was, man, I gotta figure out how to do what these guys are doing ASAP. So I took that tape out of my car and I put it in my boombox in my room, and I sat there in my room and I listened to the Beatles and tried to learn how to play guitar like the Beatles. But my friends, that was hard to do because number one, Beatles songs have a lot of chords in them. Number two, I could never get my hair to look cool, and sure as I'm standing in front of y'all tonight, I can tell you this right now: you cannot play the Beatles music with some bullshit hair, man. Donald Trump will never play the Beatles music. And I was listening to those Beatles records, I noticed this other thing about them. I had an acoustic guitar. They all had electric guitars. Seemed like the stuff that happens to you when you do an electric guitar is a lot cooler than the stuff that happens with this one. Because best case scenario after something like what I'm doing up here, somebody comes up to you after the show and says, "Man, really dug what you did with that folk music thing. Maybe we could pet this whale together, or plant a tree, or hold hands, make a fire and sing Kumbaya," or some shit like that. You get that electric guitar going, the chicks are taking their shirts off, there's drink tickets, it's a whole other level, baby. And I was what they call in school a visual learner, my brothers and sisters, which basically means that I didn't really do anything, and they felt bad about that. So to make up for it, they gave me that name, visual learner. Made me think if I could see something, I could learn how to do it. It was with that very idea in mind that I thought to myself, man, I'm gonna go see somebody play the electric guitar, and then I can learn how to do it too. And as I was thumbing through the newspaper in my hometown looking to find out where I might do that one day in New Albany, Ohio, I came across this ad for this guy who was playing at the Ohio State Fair. In the paper they said he was a guy called the Motor City Madman, and I'd never heard of the Motor City Madman before, but being as we were living in the age of the internet, I went home and I looked up Motor City Madman on my computer, and I found out it was a guy named Ted Nugent. Then I saw a picture of him wearing a loincloth and a headband and carrying around an assault bow and arrow type deal, and I just looked at that and thought, clearly this is the guy I should be taking guitar lessons from. So I went down to the state fair and I watched brother Ted Nugent play, and man, it was kick-ass. He did Cat Scratch Fever and he did all of his hits and left the stage, came back on the stage by a round of applause for what they call in the music business an encore, and it was at that point in time he done a song that I was entirely unfamiliar with called Jackass, which is basically a song where that dude just sings about different people he thinks is jackasses, and then one by one his road crew brings out a life-size cardboard cutout of each person he's singing about, and he shoots them through the heart with a flaming crossbow in front of everybody. At 17 I was like, damn. Just kind of wanted to hear Stranglehold, but alright. Well, my friends and neighbors, I'm not telling you this story to make fun of Ted Nugent. He's out there doing what he does. God bless him. You should do whatever you do too, so long as it does not hurt anybody else. I believe that, but these times we're living in are strange, only getting stranger. The air is ripe for revolution. It doesn't have to be nothing major, man. I'll tell you right now, you can get a whole lot done with a couple rock and roll posters on your wall and a 6-pack of Mickey's Big Metal. But it is strange out there. Y'all ever go out to dinner lately? I was out to dinner with some friends of mine the other night. Nobody said anything at the dinner table. They just took their phones out and was text messaging everybody else that wasn't at the dinner. Made me feel kind of left out. I got up, said excuse me, went next door to the second-hand shop, bought a typewriter, and wrote them all a letter saying, dear friends, My name is Lee Tasjan. I stand here before you today as living proof that one good hat, a fuzz guitar pedal, and a sorted path to go a long way to keep you in free beer and good company in this man Sweden. And I don't want to preach to you tonight. I don't want to tell you how to live your life. But I will offer you one friendly piece of advice if I could. If you are going to listen to Ted Nugent, stick to the early shit. On the streets of Galilee,